Stocks then that are doing well in today's trading session. Vakrangee, that's the stock on our radar. The company will provide GST services at Vakrangee Kendras. To discuss that and more, we have Ammeet Sabarwal, the President Investors Relationship, who joins us. Hi, Mr. Sabarwal. Thanks so much, sir, for joining in. Could you give us some numbers? What kind of an opportunity could this throw up for you in terms of revenues? And also, what's the expected competition in this segment? And from who is that coming?
Hi. So if you see, basically, the biggest thing from our side is that we are providing the distribution network for this. So we are having more than 35,000 touch points currently across 16 states in the country. At this 35,000 plus Vakrangee Kendra outlets, one of the incremental service that we would be providing would also be the GST registration as well as the filing of the returns. So as of now, if you see, there are already, I think so, 8 million registered users are already there with in the GST mandate. If you see, there is at least 3 to 4 filings, 3 filings.
Amit, things are looking good. I mean, it's fantastic that you have your entire plan chalked out. But who pays you the money? Will it come from the customers? Will it come from the government? From where the revenue comes?
So it would be coming from the customer. So there would be a pre-decided rate, and there would be charging from the customer. So that also makes it easier for us that we are the customer-facing distribution channel here. So we'll be acting as an application service provider, as a ASP.
Hi, Ammeet. Good morning. So what will be the margins that you will enjoy by providing these services to customers?
So currently, I cannot comment on the commercials. I think so at the right time, we'll also disclose the commercial as well as our partners.
Okay. You were talking about some 8 million registered people. If you could just, give some numbers that, how many people do you expect to use your facilities at the various kendras, even a ballpark estimate of that? And how much do you think you could potentially charge from each person so we could get a sense of the incremental revenue opportunity?
I think so it is too early for us to right now share any commercials here. I think so once it goes live, once we see the traction accordingly, it would be right on our part to come out with a proper guidance on this. Right now, if you see the current 8 million user base which is already in place, most of the SMEs and the MSME category, which is where our outlets cater to, I think so we are at the right locations. We are typically in all the urban as well as rural locations where most of the local merchants and SME and MSME categories, people would be coming mostly to our outlets to do this. And if you take 36 filings in a year for a 8 million user base, also that is a big chunk of the number that is coming in. And as the net keeps on growing, from a longer term perspective, I think so it's a huge opportunity as a base. But giving out any numbers or any guidance, it is too early for us to give any guidance or numbers to it right now.
Correct. All right. Amit, when do you go live with this? I mean, how fast can we see that coming? And how did you get that number of 36?
So as per the filing that have to be done, it is 3 a month. So 3 filings a month, it is overall 36 filings in a year.
All right.
And going live, I think so over the next 6 months, we should be in play.
Okay. Do you have any competitors who are already providing this kind of services or have made an application? And if you could share some details about that?
I don't think so. As such, any ASPs have come into the picture. There are overall 34 license holders who are the GSPs, so who have the license for providing the GST services. But as such, there are no major ASPs that have come up.
Okay. Okay, just moving on to your business then. You turn long-term debt-free. If you could tell us what the short-term debt on the books is currently, when will you turn debt-free at the short-term level? And secondly, if you could tell us about your trade receivables, which appear to be quite high at over 850 crores.
So if you see, basically our receivables, as on March 15, our receivable was almost 1,200 crore rupees on a turnover of almost 2,600 crore rupees. Today, if you see my September number, which is already in public domain, my receivable was almost around 850 crore, whereas I would be ending at a year of around 38 to 40 billion rupees, which has been given as a guidance. So from that perspective, if you see, my receivable number of days have significantly come down. From that perspective, my working capital cycle is improving every quarter on quarter as we are tapering off our legacy business. So the legacy business was the standalone e-governance business. As that business keeps on coming down, our receivables as well as our working capital cycle will keep on improving. That is the trend what we are seeing. So currently, as on September number or as on December number, if you see last quarter also, 65% was the outlet business and 35% was the legacy business. So as the percentage of the legacy business keeps on coming down, the receivables will keep on coming down.
By when will we be done with this legacy business? In FY18, first half or something? Will we be done and dusted with it?
No, so by 2020 is
2020.
what, yes, by 2020. So
But
by March 2020.
I was just doing a couple of calculations. If you're saying the 8 million users,
Right.
they'll have to make around 36 filings. If I take a conversion of maybe around, what, 50%, 40%, still that could, what could the charge be? It could be $100 or so. Is that a fair estimate to take?
No. I would restrain myself from sharing any numbers because nothing is in public domain. Nothing we have shared. Once we shared publicly, I would be able to have a talk on that.
No, because at 100 rupees, and if you do a 50% conversion, it could give you a revenue opportunity of around 1,400 crores. But that, I mean, you're not commenting on it, so we'll leave it at that.
No, I would like to restrain to comment on this.
Okay, Ammeet, thank you very much for joining us this morning and all the best.